All right, let's get into this game here. Do that.
All right.
Push that button.
Hey, look, a Z-52 again.
All right.
I wonder where that ship is going to go.
Gee, I have no idea.
I think on this map we have a pretty good idea of where that ship is going to go.
Perhaps.
So, viewers, for those of you guys wondering, what we're talking about is most of the time you would expect a Z-52 to go to Bravo Cap because you've got that island and you've got that hydro, so you can lock down the cap completely.
Indeed. All right, welcome to, we said this was Prentice Division Round 4,
Prentice, yes.
Yeah, Prentice Round 4. This is Ego hosting STAR3. We're back on Northern Waters once again. Ego coming with Ohio, our first Shikishima of the day. Des Moines, Henri, Venezia, Moskva, Double Daring, and a Z-52. All the Hydro Destroyers.
Yep, pretty much. And then meanwhile, Star, with a little bit more of a traditional, I guess you could call it, deployment of Yamato, Kremlin, Des Moines, although they have two Venezias, a Nevsky, and Stalingrad, so they're definitely going hard kite someplace. We'll see where. And then Daring and Shimakaze round up their lineup.
So something interesting to note, both of these teams are sitting at 1 and 2, so whoever loses this is virtually guaranteed to not advance. Whoever wins will give themselves the opportunity to have another hair-raising game in Game 5. So, yeah, this is... when you're 1 and 2, you basically got to win your last two. So the pressure is certainly
basically do or die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we see Ego going for a nice even destroyer split. Daring to the wing, Z-52 to the center, kind of like we expected the Z-52 to go to the middle. But just about like the majority of their force going to the C cap, only a Venezia and a Daring going to A, and then you see. We're going to have a massive rumble at C, it looks like, because the majority of the Star forces are headed that way as well.
Star wants to win the flank hard.
Well, apparently everybody wants to win that flank hard.
Yep, I see that. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this. I think both teams are going to make contact, and then they're just going to start slapping.
Yeah.
I guess I was wrong about the Z-52. He actually did not go making a beeline for that rock.
Well, I think he didn't because he knows that's where most people would expect him to go, so they...
Sure.
You know?
That is true, but the rock does provide at most angles, at most ranges, a lot of protection. But I like to see him playing a little bit more safe. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, in a minute, his Hydro is going to pick up Candel's Daring on the bottom end of the cap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's reversing in, which gives him a nice escape.
Mm-hmm.
Candel turns his engines on right as... Is that Didding? Jay Didding.
Yep.
There we go. Got into the cap. And so now Candel has an unenviable choice. Does he stay or does he go?
Well, the Nevsky does have radar range, BR Rodrigo. So if they do want to toss it, and there it goes.
There it does.
Mm-hmm.
There it goes up. Radar coming up out of the Nevsky. Shell's going downrange on Didding. But Didding had a pretty good angle on him. Of course, being stern in, they might drive him off the cap. But they probably won't do a lot of catastrophic damage.
We'll be able to hit him, and there comes more shells in.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting that he's just going to sit there and take some damage here.
I think he's expecting Nevsky radar to just die quickly.
Nevsky,
30 seconds, so...
Yeah, Nevsky radar lasted a little while, and Didding continued reversing for the first two salvos. The first salvo, I think, missed. And then the Nevsky realized, oh, he's backing up, and so there we go.
Yeah, got some pretty decent chunk damage.
Now you're seeing some of those 180s shattered, it looked like, on the Z-52. In fact, they shattered on his stern. He didn't, like, they landed, but didn't do much.
We haven't seen too much Nevsky today, but obviously it does have that 12-kilometer radar, and it's a lot easier to take advantage of it than it is in something like a Moskva, so that's nice to see.
Yeah. Yep.
And it seemed like that radar position was predetermined as well, because the Nevsky was able to radar completely undetected with the rock in the middle in the way, so...
Now, pretty much all that does is buy them time, right? It buys Star time. They can't keep Ego off the cap. They know it, not with the Z-52 there. So, they're bailing out. But now it's interesting to note that despite the fact they picked up the B and C very quickly, they're going to lose control of B, and they're in the process of losing control of C, and they've basically left A undefended.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like Ku, and the Venezia Daring combo. Not the greatest synergy, but nonetheless, they're going to be able to kind of at least it appears, do something over here, but actually the Daring and the Nevsky are coming back, so we might get treated to a little 2v2 action over in this section. Oh. And that Nevsky is going to eat some sap here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That is a monster salvo. Oh, boy.
Oh, and the Shima blowing away a Venezia at long range. Goodness gracious. From downtown, about a 20-kilometer shot or so.
That was a mega salvo right there.
There's a reason I have the Shikishima gun sound ready to go. Kraken wins game 4. They are 3-1 right now.
All right. Well, right now, this game is all ego. They own all the caps. They have a ship lead. STAR3 not seeming like they're just now getting onto the 10 line for their presumed push, but they don't seem to be in a huge hurry to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has taken a while for that to come to pass, too.
You would think if they're going to go all in, they would just go all in.
Yeah.
Seems that's the play here.
I don't like a Kremlin and Stalingrad together. They should be split up.
No, they should. Yeah, split those up. Look for better angles.
Yeah.
So we might have a bit of an interesting, catastrophic, daring fight about to happen over here.
Perhaps. Fortunately for STAR3, they only have a few more minutes to actually be able to turn this around, because when three caps are tipping... Oh, yep, here it comes.
Look at this slap fight.
Well, backed up by the Venezia. I'm not sure this is a fight that Kendall can win.
Yeah, he's got a Nevsky.
He needs the Nevsky now. There goes the Nevsky radar.
Yep. That's certainly going to be able to help.
Kendall taking big hits here from the Venezia as they try and push Captain Teddy Bear's Daring back away. But, I mean, time is ticking away. Star's got to make a play. They got 3 minutes on the timer.
Yeah, and again, when you have all 3 caps, that stuff ticks incredibly
Super
quickly.
fast. Yeah. There's almost no faster way to give your opponent a catastrophic ultimatum than own all the caps.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Star seems to have stopped, right? Like, look, their Yamato's not moving.
Yep.
He's just chilling.
Yep.
The Kremlin has basically stopped. The Stalingrad has basically stopped alongside of him.
Venezia is backing up. Yeah, they haven't...
I'm left with the sense that they're not sure what to do here.
I concur with that sentiment, because it seems that once Ego realized that that's what, at least presumably, they were going to try to do, they've kind of have this nice little wall of ships from the 7 to the 10 line, just kind of waiting for them to push in. But that's really the only play that STAR3 has right now, so they might as well go ahead and do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're this far behind, we saw this earlier in the day with MGN, right? MGN realizing, hey, it's time to push, let's go, and so they did. Feels like Star needs that realization and hasn't found it yet.
I was just going to comment on that.
No.
Say again, Sneaky.
Sorry, Zath. Patriot of Fox took 2 torps there, so now he lost quite a bit of HP. But yeah, Ego just needs to sit here and chill. They don't really need to do anything.
Jesse Billy Shima looks like it is going to pick up C. They don't seem inclined to really contest it, and nor do they really need to, right? They have a ship lead. They have over a 400-point lead. They just need to sit there and keep punishing ships.
Look at A. Teddy Bear now coming up under attack from Kendall again.
More slap fight at A, huh?
I mean, they know that's got to be where they have to win this.
Well, they've got...
He's going to suffer.
Oh, Stalingrad goes down.
Yeah.
One of the Stalin goes out. But here's the thing. I don't think Kendall can win this fight.
No.
Why? The Venezia is right there. As soon as he gets lit, that's all. It's potentially a one-shot kill for the Venezia, although Venezia is moving up so aggressively, he may not have an angle.
Yeah, he's diving behind the island, so...
Both destroyers now in a gunfight, almost coming in, dead even on health.
Yep. See if this Daring ends up in a
trade.
trade.
I think Teddy Bear's going out. I think Kendall can win this.
It's going to be a trade.
It's going to be a trade.
Yeah, it's going to be a trade. That's all. That's a terrible trade for Star.
Yeah. Now, Nevsky versus Venezia. I'd give the advantage to the Venezia as long as these sap salvos find home where they need to be. Also has the torpedoes to drop as well.
I'm not sure the Nevsky's AP. The Nevsky AP should have the velocity to pin that Venezia, though.
It does, but he's going to need to get all of his guns going because obviously the Nevsky only has 8 shells, so he's going to have to, at some point, turn somewhat broadside to get those shells away. But then, of course, that allows the tap to just absolutely wreck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does indeed. He knows the Nevsky's radar is down, so well-timed smoke here for Gypsum's Venezia.
Yeah.
Not getting much out of the AP. Might get one of these torpedoes in, depending on how Rodrigo cons his ship.
Nice staying bow on.
Yep,
He'll be fine.
Rodrigo's good. Let's see, can he see the Venezia in there? Yep, they can still spot each other, it looks like. Yep.
Yeah, the Venezia's smoke-fired penalty is most certainly not below 10
huge.
kilometers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yep.
See that? Just a little bit of angle, bam, 5K into the Nevsky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was a little unlucky there that he didn't take. Meanwhile, I think some stuff is happening over here at sea. That Kremlin looks like he's about ready to die. Yep.
Yep.
Finally flood him off the board.
Rodrigo is... Oh.
Ooh, that Yami from 20-some kilometers just dunked that Des Moines pretty good.
Just going to comment,
Okay.
Rodrigo is rocking that Brazilian camo.
Yes. Looks very nice. Well, it's Venezia.
Ego Z52 challenging a Yamato to a gunfight?
Sure looks like it.
Um,
That well, I just noticed this. Yeah, I guess. Interesting
bold
decision.
move, Cotton.
Yeah.
Let's see how it works out for him.
I don't know about that.
Well, he's about to stumble into a Shimakaze coming from the other direction as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
perhaps.
Shima's guns are nothing to laugh at when they're deployed correctly.
Yeah, that HE can slap pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean that was a decent hit out of the Yamato guns. He's only going to take one of those torps. Here come the Shimakaze guns.
Wow.
That's certainly going to help. Shima might be able to.
And there he goes. They'll be able to shove the Yamato right into B. The Nevsky is finally going to be able to cap A.
Yeah.
Do you think Star might be kind of fighting their way back in here?
Yeah,
Rodrigo
trying.
might be able to get the
Oh,
A cap.
Rodrigo. Oh, he's going to
Yep.
bag the cap. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
ton of HP give up for that, though.
Oh, Venezia
Yeah.
goes down.
Yeah, they do lose one of the other Venezias. So, again, Ego on the ship lead.
This Venezia should be able to kill Rodrigo here, perhaps.
But now, Joaquin's Ohio is quite low.
Yeah, that's
You
what
get
I'm
some
watching
good
right
hits
now.
from the Will player. Oh, big forward
Oh,
Citadel. Oh,
in the
there
cheek.
it was.
In that cheek.
The Yamato cheek belongs to the Ohio.
And I think that will
That's
probably
gonna
wrap it up there.
that's gonna seal this deal. They needed that Yamato to get onto the cap, score
Yeah.
the points, get some salvos in,
Yep.
but it's not gonna happen now.
That's
Ego's
right,
gonna
baby.
win this game, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that Ohio, perfectly timed.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the Yami push. I felt like it came a little too late myself, but I liked
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
But then Ego just able to punish it.
See, that's the issue when you are down 3 caps and they just tick so many points. It basically forces you to make some.
Forces your hand.
It forces your hand, and to say that STAR3 didn't react very well to being down all those caps, it's I think pretty apparent at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but a valiant effort. They still managed to bag some ships. They didn't go down without a
No,
win for
absolutely
the
not.
Emperor, But
Jesse's gonna ground himself here.
that Venezia is going to be able to come back and take A, and
Oh, yeah.
the Des Moines should be down here. So,
Ohio's
Well,
gonna take a torp, and
just
he'll
gonna
be
say
out.
that,
There he
yeah.
goes,
it's prolonging the inevitable.
more or
Yep.
less.
There it is.
Yep.
So Ego's going to get another chance, another hair-raising game.
Yeah,
Number
but
5.
this will probably be the end of the tournament for STAR3. 3 losses
Yeah.
more or less takes you out of the brackets.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, folks. We're just kind of waiting for this to end here.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much know how we end. I say, the Venezia Nevsky engagement at A was really interesting. As much as I like Nevsky, that's
Mhm.
definitely an engagement that he is disadvantaged in.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially if your radar's not ready. You need to be
Right.
able to use the radar and kind of catch the Venezia off guard a bit.
Right.
At least in a
Like
1v1.
Like the Venezia has to screw up for a Nevsky to win that fight, in my opinion. Especially, I mean, Nevsky's armor is not. I mean, sorry, Venezia's armor scheme is not bad when she's
Yeah.
fighting other heavy cruisers.
And of
Right,
course, it has the turret angles too, which are really nice.
Yes.
So
And I guess Nevsky technically not even really a heavy cruiser, only with the 180 millimeter
yeah,
gun.
it's, I guess, medium with air quotes. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, there we go. A win for Ego. They live to fight another day, moving up to 2-2. They still have a shot to move on to day 2 if they can bag a win in their last game of the day. All right, guys, let's see. We're moving to trap for our last game of the day. So let's see what we can find for a game to play, a game to watch. Let's see if who's got round 5 matches up. And I like to find a 2-2 game. So two teams that are 2-2. Those are the really good matches to watch in this round.
Now let's take a look. See here.
Round 5 pairings are up for Latour.
Well, Wookiee, I know we already covered them. They certainly they have a 2.
Are they 2-2?
Yeah, they have a 2-1 against Retired Typhoon Captains Club. But you said King is who you were looking for?
I'm just looking in there just to see what's available.
Okay.
YOLO is 2-2. They're about to play Coup. We've already seen Coup today.
Yep.
Gank versus RNG. Didn't we see RNG earlier?
There's RMBK and Finns. They're both 2-2.
That wouldn't be bad.
And RMBK has been around for a while too. I know they
are. Well, and they started the day with 2 losses, right?
Yeah, and now they might.
Okay.
Or they're trying to go 3 in a row. That's
Empire,
a decent one.
Empire Strengths Bonk says nobody started round 5 yet, so we have a choice.
So we have our choices. I don't know. You guys pick. I'm pretty flexible here.
Okay.
Let's
see what else we got.
How do you guys see, when we look at round 5 rankings, how do we see what their wins are so far? Because I can only look at their points. If I go to round 5 on the tournament site.
Okay, stop. So you want to see who they played, for example.
Yeah, just go to each division and then click on the down arrow.
There's a little down arrow after the win-loss win-win thing, and it'll show you who they played and who they beat and who they lost to.
Yeah.
Under the qualifiers page, right?
Yes. So you go to the tournament, you go to matches, qualifiers, and then it'll bring up a list of the current rankings of the teams. Right. And at the end of the row, end of each team's row, there's a little down arrow.
Okay, I see and it shows the last setting now. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. So there's like YOLO versus hot dogs, them for example, right?
Which YOLO, with or without the W?
With the W. That's under Farragut Division.
I like that. Who was it? Was over in King. I like that King game. I looked at a minute ago. It was no, not that one. Finns and RBMK would be fun.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know anything about Finns, but I know RBMK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Works for me.
Give that a shot. Why don't we sign up for that one?
Sure.
Okay. So that's round 5 in the King division. Oh, PNG and Hosho already claimed that one.
Okay. All right.
Bastards. All right. What else have we got? What was it? Give me a backup here. What do we got?
RNG versus Gank.
We can do that. Didn't we already look at RNG today? We did, but we can do RNG again.
I thought that was RNG with a dash, though. Was it? I can't remember.
Was it?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
If it was, then let's do these guys. No, we did RNG versus QCN. The dash RNG with a dash was a different division.
Okay.
But we can look at them again if you want. I'm
gonna take a look at Prentice. There's NACL. Oh wait, no, they haven't. Okay,
no, they haven't. They all have. Okay, they've got round 5 pairings in Latour now up as well. They weren't up a minute ago.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Let's see who's 2-2 over here.
Devil Dot 5D3 and AFK.
I'm game for that.
I'm game for that. Me.
Okay.
Let's see. Is anybody taking that one? That is Latour Division round 5.
Yep.
Scroll down the list. Latour Division round 5. They are free. I'm putting us in the list.
All right. Okay. So we're doing 5D3 versus AFK.
Yes.
And the room will be up under
5D3 is your host for that one.
Vic.
VIK.
Yeah, Vic.
Okay, and we're going to trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a well-planned deception.
Maybe there's an underscore. Let's see. No, the room's not up yet.
Okay, no worries. Well, gentlemen, we're almost on to our last game. This has been a blast. This has been a blast.
Yep. If we're lucky, we could do one more after this.
Absolutely.
This has been good times. I have been, and I'm glad we were able to get in some extra games. Right, we're actually by the time day's over, we'll have actually gotten in 7 games instead of 5. So that's nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And I mean, they've all been really competitive games. I haven't felt like there was any one that we just watched and we're like, you know, one team just rolled over and died.
I don't feel. No, I think I would agree with that. I mean, the Wookiee MGM game was a little lopsided in the score, but I feel like MGM still played that game well, right? You go back and you're like, we talked about it at the time. They realized, hey, we got to do something. What did they do? They did something. It didn't work out, but they made the right decision strategically. Kraken versus Hopus was a bizarre game, but it was a good game. RNG and QCN was an excellent game.
Yep.
Who are we looking for again? We're looking for, this is going to be 5D3. 5D3 versus A.
So GLHF is going to the last round no matter what. And then we've got, from Farragut's division, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams that are currently 3 wins up. So they are probably looking pretty good. And then there's 9 teams that only have 2 wins and 2 losses. So they're going to have to pull this one out. And that includes both Wookiee and MGN, interestingly enough.
Interesting. All right, so we're which division? We're in King division for this? No, Latour division again.
Latour.
Search for CON.
CON, yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah, it's not Vic. Condor McGregor.
Condor McGregor, there it is.
Now, obviously, we don't want to hold them up because if we get started and it's a quick game, hey. Let's see. Looking over at the King division, Star Brazil, 4 wins, dude. 4 wins. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams that have 3 wins, including 5D that we covered, and Dale, which we were talking about earlier, AR and Quebec Navy QCN, also guys that we've covered today.
Sorry, trying to do a couple giveaways here.
No worries, no worries. Just trying to take a look and see what teams are doing what in the different divisions. KSF in Prentice division is pretty much a lock now. They've got 4 wins. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 teams that are now fighting for getting their 4th win, including Sur, CAG, XPN, teams that we've talked about before, QCN2 and Sur S as well. Interesting.
Yep. At this point, they're
go ahead.
Fighting for they're fighting for seed position. Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting to see NACL. They just lost 2 in a row. They were looking very strong at the beginning with 2 wins in a row.
Yeah, obviously with Swiss, the more that you win, the harder matchups that you'll get paired against. So it seems like that they're kind of measuring themselves up to the competition.
Oh wow, Tretta won 4 in a row.
Did they really?
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay.
Oh, dropping.
All right. Here we
And
go.
we're dropping into what should be the last game of the day, unless somebody is really, really slow off the bat and this game goes really fast, which could happen.
It's always a possibility. And I just realized
Always a possibility.
I didn't set up my stream helper. Oops, who are we playing?
This is 5D3 as the alpha
AFK,
spawn.
yeah.
AFK as the Bravo spawn, and we're on trap.
Thank you.
There we go. There's some spice.
Oh my. This will be entertaining.